Tell me how much time, in reality, how many days it takes to get my first client if I devote 8 hours per day for client hunting, or in other words, how many days I get my first client, how to do it the fastest way as you are an expert in this. It will take you exactly 14 days. Next. Oh, I'm just busting your balls. There's really no way to know, right? Like this, a lot of this stuff is outside of your control. Let me tell you what not to do, okay? I was just having a conversation with somebody in one of my communities, and basically they had logged like the last 2 weeks of their progress. They were something like 14 days in. And I said something along the lines of, okay, great, man. Super stoked about the progress you're making. How many cold emails have you sent? How many Upwork applications have you sent? How many community posts have you sent? And have you reactivated your client network? He said 0 and no to all of those. And I said, 14 days in, and you're at 0 interactions, that's bad. Okay. Then immediately after, I called up a good buddy of mine just because I was planning on giving him a ring. And I said something along the lines of, damn, man, do you remember how many customer interactions we would have had back when we were going door to door and doing business? And back in the day, we were doing something like 80 per day. So when we started our business, we did 14 times 80, which ended up being about 1,200. Let's just say 1,200. It'll make my math easy. If we got like 0.0275% of these people to say yes to us, we'd have 3 clients by now. I think that's how the math works. 3 times this, I think. Yeah, approximately. And that's about the clip that we used to be at. So what not to do is to come up with literally every excuse possible for not just talking to customers. Okay, the only thing that you should really be doing at the start line, assuming that you have some reasonable skill in AI or automation, and reasonable skill, by the way, just means like a little bit better than the people that you're selling to. Realistically, you can get there in a week or 2. The only thing you should be doing is you should just be front loading your outreach, front loading your customer and like interfacing, front loading your interacting with the market. If you're not doing this, you're leaving so much time and energy and money on the table. You know, I was contacting something like 1,200 people in 14 days. This person contacted 0 people in 14 days. Who do you think's going to end up making more money? You know, insane difference. So all the people that join my programs or comment on my videos on YouTube and that make it usually have a similar sort of approach. They just get up and running. They start talking to customers immediately. I think if you were to do 1,200 customer interactions over the course of the next 14 days, you'd probably get some interest, assuming you didn't just completely shit the bed with it.